Hey, you need to stop it. Seriously, look, I'm being really serious here. Just stop, all right? I'm telling you for the last time, before there are some serious consequences. This is the last time I'm going to say it. Just stop, all right? Stop. Hey, you thought I was talking to a student, didn't you? You know, probably a teenager, somebody really immature, high school, who knows, maybe even college, because, you know, some of the younger ones in college, they act up too sometimes, but you're actually wrong. I'm talking to you, teachers. That's right, you. Yeah, that's right, you weren't expecting that. So, damas y caballeros, this video is almost exclusively designed and targeted at teachers. Students out there, you can benefit from this too, because this is kind of like a life philosophy, kind of a plea for integrity in your job, in your work ethic. But for the most part, teachers, I'm talking to you. I'm telling you to stop being absent. That's right, stop being absent. This video is a plea, a call for integrity. Now, what exactly am I talking about? Let's get into it. Teachers, I am trying to make an appeal to your integrity. And specifically an integrity to be there as much as you can. Be in class. Don't be absent so darn much. Now, before anybody says it, of course it's not all teachers. To the vast majority of you, I'm actually not talking to you, are you? I'm sorry, am I? You're there basically every day. You're there even when you're sick. Those are people of integrity. That's what people of integrity do. But I am talking to a few teachers who I have known, the kind of teachers I've known over many, many years, who are good people, but I just think they're absent way too much. And you know who sees it? Everybody. Perhaps the number one thing I really want to dig in on is the right to do something versus should you do something. Is it the right thing to do? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I teach in a state and in a school district where I am allotted 10 sick days per year, and it gets even better. If I don't use them all, they roll over into the next year and the next year and the next year. So you guessed it, I can stockpile a bunch of sick days, a bunch of absent days. I can build up an embarrassment of riches, and at least in theory, guess what? In this year or next year, I could be absent legally. I could be absent, I don't know, like 30 times without consequence, without risk of being fired, without risk of even being pulled aside by administration for an uncomfortable little chat. So I could live this up consequence-free. Except I'm wrong. It's not consequence-free. There are consequences, such as, guys, I'm really talking about that tricky little thing called a reputation. If you are very regularly and consistently, predictably absent, and you have a pattern of this, well, then you have created a pattern. And when you keep this pattern up for months and years, then you've created that thing called a reputation. Just because you have the right to do it doesn't mean you should do it. Because think about what happens. Now, guys, I gotta be honest. Now, in a given school year, if you take off 1 or 2 days, you know, a rest day here or there, I don't think anybody can really hold you against that. Everybody's done that, including myself. But, geez, I mean, I've known some people who are just absent at the drop of a hat. Many years ago, when I was a substitute teacher, I knew someone who was absent for everybody's birthday. They were absent on their own birthday, their mom's birthday, their dad's birthday, their cousin's birthday, their in-laws' birthday. Every time a birthday came up, they were absent. Now, guys, I mean, I'm not saying birthdays aren't important, but I'm just going to be blunt here and say, like, grow up. Grow up. I mean, you have people counting on you. That's what I'm getting at. You have people counting on you. You have classes full of kids. You have colleagues, administrators. The school is counting. A little mini city, a community is counting on you. You're allowed to be absent 1 or 2 times, especially when you are truly verifiably sick. But when it becomes a lifestyle, you're doing a lot of harm, in my opinion. You know that one kid you have in your class? You know that guy who, the guy who predictably is absent 2 or 3 days a week? Let me tell you, that guy should never have better attendance than you do. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of an exaggerated case, but how about that other guy in your class? You know, that one guy who sits right over there? Okay, who is predictably absent once a week, or let's just say at least twice a month? I think the same thing. That guy, let's just make this a rule. That guy, an unwritten rule, a philosophy of work ethic, that guy cannot have better attendance than you do. Because at the end of the day, teachers, you are what you do. You are what you do. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Hopefully a lot more good than bad and ugly, but I think you know what I mean. You are what you do. When you are excessively and consistently absent, even if you have days piled up, even if you have a legal right to do it, you know who sees that you are frequently not there, directing your classes, taking care of business? You know who sees it? Everybody sees it. The school sees it. Your colleagues see it. Your administrators see it. And maybe, worst of all, your students see it. Teachers, you are a role model, whether you embrace that role or not, and I think you should, by the way. You're a role model. You are what you do. Be in your classroom more often. The benefits will be infinite. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my rant. If you like what you heard, please hit me a like, hit the subscribe button. Gracias por escuchar, gracias por mirar. He dicho.